Huskers Illustrated Radio, presented by the Nebraska Lottery. 5th year at Michigan State. Mark Dantonio with us here. A great season to go for Michigan State. Things going in the right direction. Coach, thanks for the time. How are you?
Doing very, very well. It's good to be here, and appreciate you having us on.
Well, appreciate your time. And tell us, I guess, your mindset about Michigan State, a program that's been nationally respected, but sometimes didn't hit the win total maybe that equaled their talent. You've been able to take over and grow your process, your product, and head in the right direction. What's, I guess, been your message to your kids since you got there, and how have you seen that mature?
Well, you know, our message has been always to, first of all, understand what we have to do. So the knowledge that we bring forth in a football game is critical, and you have to be able to know what to do before you can do it, I guess. But then beyond that, play with a great amount of effort and a great amount of toughness. And that's been our message to our football team. You know, obviously there's got to be trust from within, and you've got to be able to handle adversity, and there needs to be a sense of commitment. But our players have bought in from day one. We've gotten great senior leadership from day one in 2007. This past season we had an unbelievable locker room chemistry. Again, great leadership. And, you know, we're poised to have another great football season. But, you know, tough schedule, tough things. There will be some things that we have to endure. And obviously we have to stay healthy like most teams. And the ball's got to bounce a little bit our way. But we're very, very excited about this season.
Nebraska fans excited to see you come into town rather than head up to East Lansing. Talk a little bit about the addition of Nebraska and your impressions of Coach Pelini.
Well, first of all, you know, I was at the University of Kansas with Glenn Mason back in, I guess, 91 through 94. So I remember going up there, and I remember playing them 4 times.
Nebraska fans glad you guys went for 2 and missed, by the way.
Yeah, you remember that game, huh?
I was there.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Shaking.
But, we didn't have the overtime rule then. But, you know, so I've had the opportunity to go to Nebraska and be in that environment, both then and then when I was with Nick Saban's staff in 95 and 96, and we went there, and I believe in 96 we went there. Mm-hmm. So a very exciting place to play, tough place to play, great fans. My impression of Bo has been very, very positive. He's been has done a tremendous job since getting there. Did a great job when he was the coordinator there. I have tremendous respect for Coach Osborne and what he was developed there, and the tradition that he's developed. So excited about it. I think it's a great addition to the conference. I think it strengthens this conference, not just in terms of on the field, but off the field too, in terms of the following that people have for Nebraska.
Michigan State head coach Mark Dantonio with us here, Huskers Illustrated Radio on ESPN 1480 News Talk 900 in Columbus. Want to get into a couple of individual players. Nebraska fans very excited about Jared Crick and what he's been through and how effective he is a defensive tackle. But Jarrell Worthy, an amazing talent, a junior at 6'3", anchors your defensive line. Tell us about Jarrell and what, if Nebraska fans haven't had a chance to see him, they'll obviously get to know him when Nebraska and Michigan State play. But what's his best assets in your mind? What are you most proud of him about?
Well, Jarrell is very quick for a big man, as you see. He's a very quick twitch guy. I mean, he's very explosive, and I think that's what makes him so good. He brings a lot of power to the game. He's continued to improve in all the different areas of strength since he's gotten there to Michigan State. But he's an athlete. And when you look at him, and Rashad White is another guy that very athletic big man, and William Golston and Tyler Hoover, 2 guys that go 280 pounds or so at the defensive end position. And then we've got quite a few guys that play in and out of that up there as well. Kevin Pickleman and some different guys that maybe people haven't heard about. But I think our strength right now defensively may be our defensive line, and Jarrell certainly anchors that.
What do you preach on you're a defensive-minded coach, and what you were able to do at Cincinnati and now at Michigan State? I mean, you're one of the guys that are thought of extremely highly nationally for what you do with defenses. And what's your message to your defense?
My message, or our message, has always been that it starts up front. You've got to win at the line of scrimmage. You've got to stop the run. Beyond that, you need to affect the quarterback and and then come up with turnovers. And if you can do those three things, you know, the yardage, pass yardage, it sort of gets misconstrued how many yards that the passing team gets. If you get 300 yards passing to me and 20 yards rushing, you got a great chance to win the football game.
Yeah.
But you've got to stop the run. You've got to make them become one-dimensional, and that's what we've tried to do.
Finally, let's talk about your quarterback, Kirk Cousins, a guy that's been under center for a number of years, one of the best in the Big Ten. And what are your expectations for him as he has a senior season and you're building on an 11-win season?
Well, Kirk, first of all, will be a 3-year captain for us this year.
Doesn't happen a lot, does it?
Not since 1946 at Michigan State.
Wow.
And as a sophomore, I remember that, you know, I was sort of in a dilemma because he was named the captain before he was ever named the starting quarterback. And that's a little bit different.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. But it makes a statement about what he does off the field. He's a giver. You know, he's has a very calming effect on our football team. He's got emotion. He likes to have fun. He's very articulate. He's an attention to detail guy. He's very hard on himself. And you know, he's a proven winner for us, and that's the most important thing that he brings for us. Those attributes off the field. On the field, I think he makes good decisions. He's got a live arm, and he can hurt you.
I tell you what, Michigan State, Nebraska, get ready. As the Spartans come to Lincoln this year one of the Big Ten. Mark Dantonio, head coach of Michigan State with us, Huskers Illustrated Radio. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Pleasure to meet you. We'll talk again game week.
Okay, thank you very much.
And Huskers Illustrated.